Good morning, Brownsville. Happy, good weekend. It is Saturday, April 19th. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching this feed. Before we start, you know the routine. Make sure you like our Facebook page. You could find us also on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. You could be a subscriber to the Frankie Olivo page on Facebook, and you could also donate stars. This is a special Saturday edition of Election Day. We are a few days away. Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, is early voting, so we are doing something a little bit different. We are encouraged by the attention that this election has. Again, every election is very, very important, but this one, as of late, has been, I guess, steamrolling down towards the finish line. Election Day is on May the 3rd. We've talked about how the arena has been a very controversial issue. It's going to be on the ballot for the third time. In regards to Starbase, SpaceX, they will be incorporating into their own city. How will that affect the city of Brownsville? But more importantly, the city of Brownsville city council races for District 3, District 4, and the at-large position. Today we have a very special guest, Mr. Michael Rodriguez, who will be on the District 4 ballot. Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez.
Good morning. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, pretty good, pretty good. Happy Easter. This is a beautiful weekend where the families are getting together. How's first of all, how's your Good Friday and how's your weekend going so far?
Yeah, Good Friday. Started off. Took the kids to the movies to see the King of Kings movie, um, and then went off to work. Came back, had a cookout. I had some family come over from Houston. My sister came down. I didn't see her last night, but because I was just tired already. She got in at about 10 o'clock, and I went to bed. But yeah, I have my sister from Austin coming down with my nieces. Mi cuñado, who's a lawyer in the Houston area, Montgomery. He came down last night. We cooked out. Yeah, man. I mean, just spending the time with family. My brother Jesse from Laredo. He came down last night. No, he's coming down tonight. So getting together with everybody, spending quality time. That's what it's all about, man. Family's everything.
Yeah, I have fond memories of our Easter egg hunts. I remember the best thing was to find the one with harina. Whoever got the one with harina, that was horrible. sometimes our family members would leave money inside, which that was awesome.
Yeah.
But beautiful memories for Easter, and it's always something that I would always look forward to.
No, the harina one, or sometimes, man, I even got to see mustard in them, and all these.
Hey, some people are vicious. Some people are vicious, and some have even gotten the real actual egg, which is crazy. Again, some videos go viral of them, going all out, confetti, but nonetheless, it's the joy of sharing beautiful memories with loved ones. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, a few times we would go to Morningside Park and get there early because you have to get the good spots. And so, and it was we're a big family, so it was when all my cousins would get together. Usually back when my grandma was still alive, and the whole family would come together. Now lately we have gotten together here at my house. Now that I have a little bit more of a land, the past few years we've gotten together here. But I think tomorrow we'll be getting together at my mom's house, going old school, going back to Southmost and getting together there.
Again, we are a few days away from early voting. How has your campaign been so far, and how's your message been conveyed to the community and the response?
We're doing well. We're doing well. We're getting a lot of positive response from the community. For me personally, it's a little bit tiring because the campaign runs with income tax season, and I have an income tax office along with a pet grooming shop. So income tax campaign go hand in hand. They're running the race is together. So for me, myself, it's been very tiring. I do have a group of people that have been helping me. I have a lot more support this time around. So in that sense, we've reached out a lot of households in the district, and I think we're doing well. Like I always say, I told you as well. I always tell everybody, si sale mi raza a votar, we'll take it. But traditionally, 1,500 people come out in the District 4 race. In the November election, where the presidential election took place, in my precincts that fall into my district, 15,000 people came out and voted. So about a 10% will come out and vote. So I think with myself being in the race, I will increase those numbers. Kind of the same thing that I happened in District 1 in 2019 when I ran. So in District 1 in 2019, we were able to hit, I believe, 2,100 voters. So a lot of my voters are unique voters that tell me, you know what, I don't like to vote. I don't go out and vote. But for you, Mike, I got you. And they do come out and vote. But I also need the established voters to hear my message, so and come out and vote my way as well. In 2019, you ran campaigns. It's different. To run a campaign, it's its own science, right? So you gotta really have different approaches to this. You got the phone banking, the block walking. You got the leadership. A group of leaders that have their own little groups that they reach out to, and I didn't have that in 2019. I also didn't have too many funds that I put in that campaign. I ran it with about $3,000, and Nurit Galansky, who ended up beating me. I came in third place. I came in around 500 votes. Ricardo Longoria came in second. Came in around 600, and Nurit came in around 700. But the difference in the spending was wow, mind blowing. I mean, I spent about $3,000. Nurit spent about $125,000. So I did really well for the amount of funds that I put into the campaign. This time around, I am putting a little bit more funds because I am, I'm taking it very, very serious. And like I always tell everybody, it's my children's money. It's not my money. All the money that I make, I consider it to be my children's. So I am investing some of my children's funds into this race, but that's because I love Brownsville and I take it serious, man. I want something better for our children, for my children. And I have an 11, 10, and 8-year-old. I want, if I get elected and then re-elected, hopefully I can do 8 years. In 8 years, my 2 olders will be in college. I want them to go off to college, but to come back for opportunity. We need opportunity here. I don't want it to be what happened with my sister, who went off to college and ended up staying over there in Austin. And she, she's doing really well for herself, working for Indeed. But we need that type of opportunity here so they can come back. I mean, we're Mexican. We want the family close. We're a close-knit family, and we always get together. We're always cooking out, and it's funny. My little one tells me, "Hey, papi, when I get older, I'm gonna go work for you, but I want weekends off because that's when we get together. Theo Gilbert comes over, we have cookouts, and I don't want to go to college. I want to be like you." And that's awesome too. That's a good feeling. But I told him, no, I went to college. I mean, I stayed here at UTB back then. Now at GTRGV. Graduated with a bachelor's in business administration with an emphasis in marketing. But yeah, I mean, everything I try to do in life now, it's all for my family, man. It's all about family.
And that's a beautiful thing. We could never understand, Brownsville, the city of Brownsville has a population of 200, according to the census, probably closer to 300. Mm-hmm. We see voter apathy election year in and year out. The numbers are alarming. We have spoken about how Mayor Cowan won his race with 5,000 votes. The districts, they each got 3,000 voters, 5,000 voters. So it is going to be interesting for a candidate such as yourself, who has that, I think of you as a very unique candidate because, like how you said, you get the people to come out to vote. People I want to say they're tired of the typical political rhetoric, the same candidates running. But when they see an individual that they could relate to, and that's what people saw in Erasmo Castro. Yeah, Erasmo Castro always said, "My people come out to vote. If my people come out to vote, we're going to win this." And we saw this with his last election. And it's very unique for candidates such as him and yourself to have that impact on people because, again, people don't come out and vote. Mm-hmm. But if you're able to get the masses, if you're able to get people and say, "Hey, I'll come out because of you," it's very very important.
Touching on that, I think it's the people realize that you're not only unique, but you're real, right? You don't just come out an election time, and I wish it was always election time, man. We have the grass cut down Morrison looks real nice, and down Military looks real nice. I wish we were always in election time. The reality is, it happens every 4 years. But people realize that you're not unique, you're real. You're like them. What have you done when nobody was looking, nobody was paying attention? That's my big thing when I tell everybody, don't tell me you're gonna come fix my roads now if you get elected when it's your job. What have you done? What's your past? What have you done so I can believe that you will do that and not just ask for my vote and never give back to the community? You know me, and I would. This brings me back to when I would go on Erasmo, and I created, before I even had kids, I created the Dulceton for the underprivileged children. Thousands of kids would show up to the Dulceton, and we did it for 5 years. And it was a community event that we came together. Yeah, I mean, there you go. And that was actually, I believe, the first one we did, where we would, I had to work with the city and with local businesses to create this event so we can give out to children, have a safe space for them to trick or treat at, not be on the street. They get raffles. We give out TVs, Xboxes, many footballs and baseballs and all kinds of all kinds of goods. But that for that to have been able to happen, we needed a leader to take initiative and start doing that. So that was one of my events that I would do for the community before I even had kids, like I said.
And this is back in what, 2012, 2013?
2012. We initiated in 2012. And the bigger one that's on, it says, the biggest one that I can tell people to go see is 2013. There's a video on YouTube that you can put Dulceton Alfabeto, and you'll see the thousands of people that showed up to, and that was our second year. From that, I created free lucha libre events for the community, so all the children could go watch. We had, the first one I brought was X-Pac, because I remember when I was young, and we didn't have the funds for my parents to take us. That's actually at my house, the Lucha Libre, and that's why I did a meet and greet with the Lucha Libre, because it's taking it back to the roots where I gave back to the children, and there's always a theme here, right? We go back to kids. I always that's our future. We need to support them and give them opportunity to in this case to see a live wrestling event, where when I was young, we didn't have the funds to go. I mean, it was five of us siblings and my parents. We didn't have the funds. I mean, we grew up we grew up poor. Early on in my age, when I was 5 years old and my sister was a newborn, my parents wanted a new home, so they gave down our wooden frame home to Lina Construction. Lina Construction takes that home, sells it, it goes bankrupt, and we're left on the street. So what we did, how we were able to rebuild that house where my parents still live behind Porter. We were there. We would go to Mexico. I was in second grade. My mom would pick us up in the van. We'll go to Mexico and rent out Power Wheels at the park at Periférico. And so we would go there, and for 5 years we were there renting out Power Wheels. We grew it from one Power Wheel to about, at the end, we had like 70 Power Wheels. And that's how we were able to construct our home again. In that time frame, we moved over there to Little Retondita called Santa Fe by San Eugenio, by Milpa Verde, right next to the border. The border wall's there now. And that was fun times. I mean, I remember going fishing. We would walk to the river, we'll fish there. And we were always outdoors playing baseball, football. So it was fun times. Now, my brother Jorge came down from. He was studying in Austin as well, and then in 2000 he came down to open up a sunglass forum at the mall, and I worked for him for 18 years. Learned a lot on the trends. Right now, Semana Santa, we should be having big commerce coming over from Monterrey. So I learned a lot about business trades, a little bit about business contracts, and I went to school, and then I branched out on my own. I went to, in 2014, late 2014, I started my income tax office, and then I started Awful Pups in 2018. And man, Awful Pups, that one gave me the permitting department. Whew, yeah, it drove me to go to church, man, which is the only good thing that came out about this. I still go to church now, but we cannot. It cannot be acceptable, from my experience. And I've heard many stories, right? But from my experience, it cannot be acceptable that I'm there for my final inspection to get my CO, my certificate of occupancy, and they tell me that I never turned in my floor plans. I said, "What do you mean I never turned in my floor plans? You never turned it in, sir. So how can you be here for your final when we haven't approved it for floor plans?" I said, "What's the first step to all this? You turn in your floor plans, you approve them, you give me a permit. I start getting green tags for electrical and for plumbing. Yeah, that's a first step. Then how do you explain to me that I have a permit on my window? I have green tags for electrical. I have green tags for plumbing. I'm here for my final, and they told me no for about 3 months. I kept going for about 3 months. I had invested all my money. The little bit of money I had at that time was about 45,000. My wife we were expecting our fourth child, and sadly she lost the baby. So now I had to bury my baby. Have no funds because they're all tied up at a business that I'm paying $3,000 rent, and the city of Brownsville lost my paperwork. So that drove me to church, and I went to church. I said, God, please. And initially I went to support my wife, and I said, God, please help me out, man. Help me out. I quit my job for my brother because I wanted to branch out on my own, and I said, this can't be what I pictured Brownsville to be. No way. They don't want to let me open. Once I started going to church and really put it all in God's hands, man, I'm telling you, doors just opened for me personally. And I was never that guy that went to church. My wife always went to church, but I always stayed, to watch my Cowboys lose, man. And I that was the changing that happened. So when I'm running in this campaign, the two major points that I put in there was streamlining the permitting department and fully backing our first responders. Those were my two main concerns. I can't hear you, Frankie. Something happened.
That's a big concern that we've been hearing from business owners, that they're not able to open up their doors because of issues of getting started, permitting from the city, and also we've seen how you've been able since 2012, 2013 to be out in the community, with limited resources, and here we see how that you had issues with your dulceton because of permits from the city. How would you be able to assist business owners in District 4 or other community leaders that are actually wanting to do these community events for the people?
Well, I was reading it. I was like, man. I'm sorry, Frank. I zoned out. I was reading the post that you put up. What was the question again?
We've seen you being out in the community and having this, I guess, and also as a business owner, you have this, this issue with the city of Brownsville in regards to permits, whether that be for a community event with Dulceton. And also, as a business owner, because of permitting issues, they weren't allowing you to open up shop. How would you help out the business owners, community leaders in District 4 to help facilitate the process?
What I've been telling business owners is that I don't know what's going on in there, but there's something going on because I went through hell. And so what I've been telling people is that I promise them, just like I'm telling your viewers, I promise them if I get elected, I will go. Income tax season's over, so I have all the time in the world now. I will go sit down for a whole month with the permitting department, right around with the people giving the green tax. I'm pulling a blank with not the auditors, but but what I've been telling them is that I will go sit down with them for 30 days and see what I can improve it, and I'm not coming in with I want to change the whole system, or you guys are doing a bad job and you guys need to be fired. I'm coming in with a approach of how can I help you so you can help out Brownsville. Because Brownsville needs to be open for business. We cannot be losing business to San Benito. I had a customer that has a daycare. I prepare his taxes. I said, man, you're doing well. He's a voter in District 4. Lives off Frankfurt actually. And I said, you're doing well now. Will you open a second location? He said, yes, I'm looking into opening a second location. Will it be here in Brownsville? I said, never again. Never again am I coming back to Brownsville. I was there for 6 months trying to open behind the Michoacana on Central by Elizabeth. And he said, never again am I going back to Brownsville because they gave me hell. I ran into a friend of mine with Aris Pizzeria. It took 3 years downtown to open. With many businesses that I've come, not just my own, many businesses that want to open up something. It's always something different. I had a friend of mine who was talking to me. He builds houses, and he said, "Man, sometimes they tell me this one's wrong. This plumbing issue, we need to move another 5 inches, change it, and I can do it in 15 minutes. And I do it in 15 minutes, but they come back in 2 weeks. And for those 2 weeks, the job site is stopped, and I'm still paying on my loan that I took out so I'm still paying on the loan, and I'm still paying on taxes. Because when you're a builder, what you want to do is you want to pay off your loan as soon as possible, and so you can sell the house, finish the house, and sell it as soon as possible, so you can pay less in loan and less in taxes. And we can't be taking too long. Another complaint I got was they don't send the same inspector, and that's the I was having trouble. They don't send the same inspector, so they send an inspector, says this is wrong, fix this, and you're good to go. Maybe a week or 3 days, or maybe the next day, they send somebody else and say, oh well, this is wrong. Wait. 3 days ago, this was wrong. We fixed it. They never told me nothing about this other area. So what they asked is to have the same inspector go back to the same job sites. That's one thing that they had asked me for.
The city of Brownsville right now is going through a big transformation, economically speaking, and the city of Brownsville is very unique. We're a border city, international bridges, our cultural history, the zoo, the port, and now SpaceX. How do you see the current condition of District 4? And what's your vision for the next 4 years for your district?
Well, the vision is economic development. With SpaceX, I don't feel we're taking advantage of the tourism coming in. I feel that whoever's driving in from the Upper Valley or out of town, they cut through Highway 100, avoiding Brownsville, going towards the islands to see the lodge. And the people coming from Mexico, they're going to Playa Bagdad because they have a closer view of the launch. Where does Brownsville fall into that? Obviously, we're not utilizing our airport as much as we should. I flew out of Velo twice. I didn't have an issue with it. I mean, there just needs to be like a problem I saw. Just a problem I saw real quick in our airport is that I'm ready to spend money. I'm already there. I'm already on vacation. I'm ready to spend money. There's nowhere to spend it at inside the airport, especially once you head upstairs. There was a 7th and Park, but it was like a pop-up, and they sold coffee, and they didn't have anything for the children to buy, and so I mean, they need more stuff. I'm willing to let go of my money, and they're not willing to take it. It's like, okay, where can I spend money here in the airport? And there was really nothing for me. I'm a real big sucker. My kids want something, whatever they want, candy, anything, toy, I'm buying it, especially if I'm on vacation. And there was nowhere to spend money in that little airport here that we have.
It's interesting. Brownsville is very unique, but for whatever reason, we're not able to. At least we don't see it. We don't see that us taking advantage of the situation. Mr. Segovia, my company, Lifestar EMS, has been trying to bring non-emergency medical transportation services to Brownsville for years, but we face major roadblocks every time. No EMS company other than the fire department is allowed to operate in the city, even when people need help to get dialysis, doctor's appointments, or therapy. We're not trying to take over. We're just trying to help the community and grow our business by filling a real need.
Well, going to that, I mean, that's been an issue for a long time. When I ran in 2019, one of my big concerns was EMS and firefighters towards the District 1, southmost area, far end. They don't have another fire station other than just that one behind the HEB by Gonzalez Park on Southmost. So it's one fire station to service the whole area. A big concern of mine, and what I wanted to do was bring that and work with within the city to expand our EMS services. Because if somebody's having a medical related issue on the far end of Southmost, good luck to you. Good luck to you, because it's you're gonna need it. It's gonna be a while by the time somebody gets there. So yes, we do need to work with that. Now, where I live now in District 4, I mean, I have 2 fire stations within 2 minutes and another one within 5 minutes. So now it's great for me. But when I lived over there in La Posada, and for the people that live further down, you know, it wasn't so great. I mean, there is no other EMS firefighters towards that area.
What's your current understanding of our current situation in regards to ambulances? You spoke about the fire department station, and even our Brownsville Police Department, our officers. How do you see the current condition of our public safety?
Well, I mean, I believe that they're overworked, understaffed. We need to work with state and federal governments to see how we can get state and federal grants to maybe fully support them. But it all ties back in for me. First one is permitting. The more businesses we open in Brownsville, the more commerce we create in Brownsville, the more sales tax revenue we have, the bigger our budget. So we opening more businesses and we're growing in that direction. We're from the 8.25% that we always pay when we're buying a shirt, we're buying, a piece of gum, anything, we get 2% of that back. So Brownsville gets 2% from the 8.25 back into our city. So we need our money to stay here. When people say, "Oh, I went shopping to McAllen." Why? Shop here. Shop here. Now that 2% stayed in McAllen and not in Brownsville. So we're exporting our dollars over there. So the more commerce we have here, the more businesses we open here, the bigger our budget we can get, and now we can fully support our first responders. Because at the Police Officer Association, it was just an introduction forum. We went and they didn't televise it, but I spoke that our murder rates had increased 100% in 22, 100% in 23. Wow. Pedro Cárdenas, our commissioner, said, that's not true. It is true. It's from the website. Now, did it go from 2 to 4 murders and then 4 to 8? Yes, it did. And you might say, 8 murders is not, but where are we going to end up? Are we going to end up in 16 murders in 24? Because those numbers haven't been released. Are we going to end up in 32 murders in 25? Where are we going to end up? Now, 2022 murder rate, 100% increase. Rape, 2.78% increase. Burglary, 12.29% increase. Motor vehicle theft, 45.45% increase. Theft, 32.63% increase. Total statistics for 2022, an increase of crime, 30.43%. This is from the Brownsville website for the police website. 23, murder rate, 100% increase. Burglary, 11.69% increase. Motor vehicle theft, 72.92% increase. So when we see it, I'm not lying. Pedro basically told me, you're lying. That's not true. No, it is true. It is true. I look at the numbers. I already saw the numbers. By the time I got there, I had prepared already. So it is true that our crime rates are going up. It's also true that we have one police officer per 1,000 residents, when the national average is 2.14 police officers per 1,000 residents. So we're 50% behind on that. So that's also true. That is not a lie. We need to increase our police presence, but the reality of it is also that we have about $133 million in budget for the city of Brownsville. So where are we allocating? Where can we cut to give priority to what I think is a big priority, which is our first responders, not just our police officers, our firefighters, right? Our EMS. So what pet projects can we cut? Because we still only have 133 million in budget, but we are short. I think if you tell people, we have one police officer per 1,000 people, and we're short at one more, so we're short at least 50%. So where do we fall? I think people are going to give priority to that, but how do we increase it? We got to streamline our permanent department. We got to grow our city to be business friendly, so we can sell more, create more jobs, and two, bring in that sales tax revenue, the 2% that belongs to us, that should stay here. So
that's very interesting that you say that, because I think at Brownsville at one time,
I don't know if you had seen those numbers or knew them.
No, that's why I was like,
nobody talks about it. I see all other interviews. Nobody talks about it.
And do you see
the Police Officer Association endorsed every kind of almost the
incumbent?
Yeah, the incumbent. But I mean, our numbers don't seem like they're going in the right direction. I'm paying more on my truck in insurance, and I called Geico. I said, Geico, why is my insurance keep going up? Oh, you're living in a hot zone. What does that mean? I have no clue what that means. Oh, well, your trucks like yours are getting stolen left and right. Not my truck. I mean, why are you hurting me? And we're all hurting because of these numbers. We are all paying the price because of these numbers. And we need to change that. We need to change it. We need people to be aware. When you're an elected official and not aware of those numbers, to me, that's like, ¿qué estás haciendo? Like, when you're trying to correct me in front of the group, what are you doing?
We are again. Not too long ago, the city of Brownsville was ranked 16th or 19th as the safest city. So for you to bring up those statistics and say, hey, this doesn't look good. And again, ¿a qué le tiramos? Where are we going to end up? Because I haven't heard this, and this isn't something, of course, obviously, that city leadership would want to bring up. But that's just very alarming, I guess you could say. Gatti here has a question. The understanding of logistics is also important. If our leaders don't comprehend or understand the seriousness of our needs and have personal agendas as their priorities, is the reason why we are in the situation that we are in. Mr. Rodriguez, what personal agendas do you bring with you?
Personal agendas. My family is not into politics. I'm dragging them with me because, of course, we're a close-knit family. I have no personal agendas. The agendas that I want to fix, if you look at my push card that I've been giving out since late January, streamlining business permits and fully supporting and backing our first responders. Now, anything dealing with children, I'm all in. Fixing our parks, I'm all in. I've been doing it. The one thing that I think we need to, and maybe it will be something that I want to come. We have to have better communication on our sports for our children. Sometimes we don't know that, they had basketball, they had volleyball, and we're a day late or 2 days late because we didn't put our children's names on there fast enough because we weren't aware. I went to the city of Alamo for a baseball tournament, and they have on every corner, or on almost every corner, especially closer to parks, real close to parks, they have a full schedule of registrations for the entire year. So you can't miss it. So they planned ahead, and registrations start for volleyball these days, for baseball these days, basketball these days. So I like that. I think we need to have more awareness at our parks of registrations within the city of Brownsville. That's one thing that and to get the kids involved. I mean, We need to get our kids active. They can't just be playing video games all day. It's that. If you want to say I have an agenda, which I don't, I'm not a politician. I'm just here trying to help out Brownsville. But if I have any agenda, any agenda that I have is to make Brownsville better. That's the only agenda I have. Seriously. Now, do I have all the solutions and all the answers to all the problems? No. But I learn fast. I'm a fast learner. Just like in 2020, going back to the pandemic, frankly. When Erasmo will come out in the podcast and help our community. What did I do? I took a leadership approach and the initiative to take an online course on the new PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program. I don't know if you remember that. Now, that was a loan that was forgivable. And that loan, depending on how much you spend on your employees, that's how much you would have gotten. Most companies, online companies, were charging a 20% fee for any amount that they helped you receive. I did it for free. I helped over 40 small businesses, and I helped bring over $2.5 million to Brownsville for free because it was the right thing to do. It was a pandemic. We didn't know. I could have easily made $600,000 in a month helping these businesses out, charging the 20%, but I didn't. Because I love Brownsville, and it was the right thing to do. Going back, man. I mean, I think we need leaders that will do something without expecting anything in return. And I have a proven track record of doing something without expecting anything in return. The lucha libres. The most important, I think, recently during the pandemic, when nobody knew what to do, nobody knew what to expect, I came through. And I was able to secure over $2.5 million for Brownsville. Where was our elected officials at that time? How did they help small businesses come through with that? And a lot of the small businesses I help, I'll be straight honest with you, they were non-English speaking small businesses. So mom and pop shops that had no clue how to fill out the application because it was in English. So I helped them fill it out. I helped them also submit paperwork so they can get their $2.5 million, the whole money that came down to Brownsville, it was forgiven. But all that money went to pay employees to keep them during the pandemic, to keep them paid, because we were shut down. What was it, 4, 5, 6 months? That's a type of leader we need. Someone that just steps up without even wanting recognition. We don't need the leadership that. And a lot of people running for office right now are in leadership positions. PUB, help us at PUB. Don't tell me you're going to fix my road. If I elect you when you're in PUB right now, and you can tell me where the Tenasca funds are, help me there. Why don't you tell me that? So now I'm supposed to trust you that you're going to fix my road, which the roads, that is such, and I know why people do it, because we all want better roads, better drainage. But if they're being real, I can put your road on the agenda to get fixed. I do my 4 years. I get reelected. I do another 4 years, and your road will not be fixed until the next commissioner comes in, and then he'll take credit for fixing your road. I was talking with a commissioner, not running in this race, and he told me, man, Mike, we're not 10 years behind. We're 30 years behind on roads, 36 years, but we don't have the budget for it, so we just patch it up. 36 years behind on maintenance on the roads. And people come in promising that they're going to fix them, and we vote for the same individuals that are, like Louis said yesterday, I saw them. We got Daisy getting backed up by our mayor and our commissioner, Rose Gowen. We got Pedro, who's our sitting commissioner, and being backed up by Tino Villarreal and maybe Linda Macias. I'm not too sure on all that, but this is what Louis said yesterday. And Louis getting backed up by Roy and Brian. I'm getting backed up by La Raza. If my people come out and vote, we win. And I'm the only one that's not a politician or has no roots in politics, because my family is not politicians. We come from the bottom, and we've been trying to pull ourselves up literally by our bootstraps, and we have done it. And what changed my life and my family's lives was business. And I think that is the direction that we need to take as a city to get liberated. Stop just doing the 9 to 5 and get liberated and grow as a city. Because honestly, I mean, it has changed my life, and we created our own opportunity. We invested in Brownsville, and it has worked. But if my children want to come back to Brownsville, what type of job will they have? What type of opportunity will they have? So we need to start creating more of that for in the near future. I mean, that's my. If you really want to know my agenda, my children. I want them to have something to come back to. You know, I want them to be proud of Brownsville, and I want them to be super proud of their papi. You know, they call me papi, so that's it, man. That's it.
Elizabeth says, I'm assuming this is in regards to the to our issues with our streets. Should city have bond elections to fix some of these concerns?
I mean,
should we raise taxes to?
Well, that's exactly what it is. That's why I kind of like, okay, look what we're seeing with the venue, right? People don't want it because it's going to raise taxes. They just want you to magically fix it. With what funds? I mean, I'm like I said, I'm not a politician. I just try and do my research. With what funds? What funds are we going to use to fix it? So a bond, okay, that's going to raise taxes. How well will that play with our residents? I don't want my taxes raised. So how can we go around the bond? We go back to permitting. Let's open up more businesses, attract more customers, bring in more revenue with that 2% that we're going to get from the 8.25 sales tax revenue. Let's do that instead of raising a bond. And it's not a plan that's going to be overnight. My plan will truly take effect once I'm no longer a city commissioner. It's like a business plan. So when you open a business, you have, you know, the 6 months, the 1 month, the 6 month, the 1 year, and the 5-year plan, and then you keep updating those plans. You never stop. It's the same thing with the city. We gotta look at it as a business. We gotta run the city as a business, and not just it's not my money. I don't care. Let's just spend it wherever we want in our pet projects. I don't have no pet project. Pet projects for me is anything with children. Let's go for it. 1,000%. 1,000%. Fix our parks. 1,000%. I'm glad BCIC is giving some of those funds to parks now, because it used to be just downtown. So I'm glad at least parks are getting some of that money. So I mean, it's sometimes it gets a little bit frustrating, right?
And overwhelming, I'm sure. Again, it's very difficult. But District 4 is very unique. It seems it has some of downtown, West Brownsville, and possibly going into Rancho Viejo.
Well,
what do you?
We at the Madeira, where they want to include the venue. It's that little up on the Rancho Viejo across the expressway. That's where it's gonna. It's proposed to be, but the Madeira subdivision is there, and that falls into District 4.
Would you support the venue? Does it benefit District 4 in the future?
Well, I mean, when you're asking me, do I support it? Is it a question of personal, or is it a question of as a feeling towards the constituents? So, like what I mean is, if I'm an elected official, what would I think? Because if I'm an elected official, my job is to support what the people want, right? Excuse me. What do the people want? I don't know if you've seen the numbers. What do the people want? The people in Brownsville, especially District 4, they want the venue. They voted yes for the venue. And it's not just me. I mean, I stayed up till 5 yesterday, running the numbers. I have the numbers here. So I don't come with just, you know who doesn't want the venue? Harlingen doesn't want the venue. La Feria doesn't want the venue. Combs doesn't want the venue. SPI doesn't want the venue, but SPI wants our money when we go to the beach, but they don't want the venue. The venue lost by 212 votes in 2022. They lost by like 60 votes in 2021. But I can give you the rundown in precincts, and I tell you in District 4, every single precinct voted yes on the venue in District 4. And in the entire city of Brownsville, and that maybe this is something that the other commissioners should be aware of, the entire city of Brownsville, only about 3 or 4 precincts voted no. 2 of them voted no by 2 votes. So does Brownsville want the venue? If you're asking me that, what is my response as an elected official, if I would become one? Then my answer is to back up what my city wants, what my district wants. And what my district wants, according to the numbers, and you can look them up, they're right there by precinct. So what my city wants, Brownsville wants, is the venue. And in District 4, every single precinct, not one, voted no. Every single precinct voted yes. So yes, I'm backing up my precincts.
That's interesting because, again, it is a very unique issue when you really look at it. The venue is going to be located in northern Brownsville, so northern Cameron County,
District 4.
Right, in District 4. So northern Cameron County, they say, pues no, everybody's going to get taxed for it, and it doesn't benefit us. But I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware that essentially in these 2 previous elections, it's been northern Cameron County that's been coming out to vote, and slightly, because I think it was less than 100 votes, less than 22 votes.
It was 212 votes to be exact. The last time, the first time around, we lost by less than 100. By 100. Now, will the venue increase our sales tax revenue? Of course, Brownsville will benefit greatly from that venue. Will we all? And I've gone back and seen what Judge Trevino has said. So far, he hasn't said anything about raising taxes, right? But there's a little bit over 200,000 homes in Cameron County. If our goal is to, and a little bit under, I think 500,000 residents on paper, right? On paper. How much are we going to raise in tax? Let's say they raise taxes. How much is it? That's the one thing I want to hear. How much is it that they're going to raise in taxes for the whole Cameron County? But who's going to benefit the most of it? I think it's Brownsville, because we're going to get that sales tax revenue. And then we're going to create the hotels, so we're going to get that hot tax as well from all those concerts and anything going on. I don't know if you remember, I spoke how I feel we're getting undercut by Highway 100 going towards the island and Playa Bagdad, and we're not generating anything from the rocket launches. So if we have concerts tandem with the rocket launches, when we bring those people back into Brownsville, where they can spend their money here and eat here, stay here, but also have proximity to go watch the rocket launch and come back and enjoy the night in Brownsville. So, but if you're asking me, what do I think? It don't matter what I think. It don't matter. Not one. I'm here for you guys. What do you guys think? And by the numbers that I see here, and I can tell you right now, precinct 1, 5983, that's Port Isabel, voted no again by 3 votes. Upper County, Arroyo City, strong no. Los Fresnos and Bayview, no. 89, which is Olmito, is in my district, voted yes. And Rancho Viejo voted yes. District 2, Brownsville, District 3, which is precinct 56172, voted yes. Downtown Brownsville, representing District 1, 3, and 4, voted yes. 511 and Rivera High School, that area voted no by 2 votes. District 1 voted no by 2 votes, and that's Precinct 10. Precinct 11, District 4 voted yes. Precinct 12, District 4 voted yes. Precinct 13, Haviston District 4 voted yes. Precinct 14, 60, and 82, Airport and Jardín to SpaceX area voted yes. Precinct 15, which is Martin Elementary, that was a strong oppose. That's in Brownsville. That's in District 3. That was a strong oppose. That one they lost it 50. Well, not too much. 52.78% to 47.22. Let me see. Actually, no. You know what? That was. I'm sorry. That was an actual 52.78 So that wasn't an oppose. That's a strong yes. 16 to District 1690 San Pedro voted yes. That's in District 4. Precinct 17 a little bit falls into District 4 voted yes. So what am I supposed to do? Vote no when the people want yes?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And again,
receipts. Nobody comes with receipts. You know, the truth is Harlingen doesn't want it. Harlingen, strong no. But I'll tell you one thing: 3 times, and maybe we're out. Maybe the 4th time we'll be in Harlingen, and they will come out and vote yes. I just look at it from a business standpoint. I don't have no feelings attached to anything. But what I'm seeing, my precincts, my people want it here. Harlingen doesn't. La Feria doesn't. Combs doesn't. So
this is the first time that I hear statistics, numbers, data of Brownsville. And more importantly, again, you are fighting for the people of District 4. Whenever you go back to see what they want,
I don't care what Harlingen wants. I'm not running for Harlingen. I'm running for Brownsville, District 4. District 4 wants it. 100%. Not one precinct voted no.
Madera area will have an additional population. That area will be was annexed without having the proper infrastructure in place. That will be the next growth for the city of Brownsville with the shopping centers, anchor stores, and residential roofs. This is good data to consider. Thanks, Mike. Again, I've never heard of this. I was always under the impression that, the people of Brownsville didn't want it. We wouldn't benefit from it.
No, that's not true. And if people would do a little bit of research, I stayed up till 5 a.m. doing but a little bit of research, they would know what their constituents want, what my constituents want. They want it. So why would I come on here and tell you what is? You had earlier in the week some candidates that came on and said no comment. I really don't know anything about it. And then I saw a lot of the pressure, right, from your commenters, and they were like, yes. I'm against it. I'm against the venue. No. Your feelings and their feelings don't matter. Data matters. What as a consensus, what does Brownsville want? Because we're here to represent Brownsville, and in my district is District 4. What do they want? They want it 100%. They all voted. Not one precinct voted against it. Not one. So what do we come on here and we say we don't want it? Of course I want it. I want it here. And I want it here in Brownsville where we can benefit from the sales tax revenue. And so we can increase our budget. It's like someone's going to tell you, Frankie, we're all putting money together. We're building this apartment complex. And Frankie, you're going to get all the revenue from it. But we're all incurring the cost. I'm getting all the revenue from it and everybody's incurring the cost. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Why not? Why not? Well, if Brownsville's going to benefit from it, and then we can bring in more tourism, why wouldn't we do it? Next time, like I said, and if we didn't do it the first time, now it's $100 million more expensive. So we didn't do it the first time. And the 4th time, because it's going to keep on coming because we keep electing our same officials, right? So the 4th time, is it going to be in Harlingen? Harlingen's going to come on and vote yes, because they're our biggest opponents of it.
It's important. It's important for leaders such as yourself to be visionaries. This would benefit us. Think long term. I just think that people are kind of skeptical of giving that much power into into government hands based on our history. Again, we are days away from early voting. Michael Rodriguez, thank you so much for your time. I will give you the floor, sir. Why should Michael, what do you think about the motor vehicle theft going on in Brownsville?
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. And I'll tell you, one, not only is it taxing our police officers, our first responders, it's taking boots on the ground to service that area, but it's taxing us. I told you, Geico, why is it going up, Geico? No, because there's a lot. I have a 2022 GMC truck. Your truck is getting stolen left and right. So, but not my truck. I said, so yeah, it's terrible. It's taxing us. And when I read the numbers, I mean, I can read them again. They had gone up 87%, and then in 22, and then in 23 about 57%. I mean, that's ridiculous. We were averaging about 2 or 3 vehicles stolen a day. A day?
Again, this is an ongoing issue, it seems, which hasn't been addressed because, again, if our numbers keep on increasing,
and we only have one police officer per 1,000 residents.
Mr. Camarlinga asked, can you explain specifically how you would plan to fund these projects without adding additional burden on taxpayers?
The project that I think the venue is. I'm assuming he's speaking on the venue. There was the hot tax, and it's not me funding it, right? It's Cameron County, so it has nothing to do with me. What the question was, and it's been a debatable question, right? And it gets all people running for office kind of scared because you don't want to. It's very polarizing. A lot of people say no, a lot of people say yes. So what I'm looking at is the data. I don't have to. I'm sorry. If this is a Cameron County issue, that's a better question. That's a question that you can ask Judge Trevino or one of our commissioners here from the Brownsville area, Joey Lopez. That you know they can better explain that to you. Will they? I saw the podcast that Judge Trevino had with Daniel Salinas. Nowhere there did he state that they were going to increase our taxes, right? So what do we have to do is hold them accountable to that. You said they weren't going to increase our taxes. So, aren't you people? How can we? I know we have the hot tax that we have implemented since 2016. That's another good question to ask our county elected officials. How much money is in that? How much money is still available for this project? So, like I said, it's not my project. It's a project that county wants to do in the city of Brownsville, that the city of Brownsville voted yes for across the board in my district. So that's all that there is for me. Will we benefit? That's what I'm looking at. Will we benefit? And that's what I care about. And I think we'll greatly benefit from it.
Yeah, Judge Trevino did state that these monies will come or be paid by the outside, the visitors tax. But it's important for us to stress we understand the reasons why individuals are reluctant to give trust our local government. But at the end of the day, the city of Brownsville came back, and stated that yes, they would want the venue. Ms. Padron asked, and what would you do as an elected official to decrease the thefts?
Try and increase our police presence. Like I said, we have one officer per 1,000 residents. The national average, and this is FBI statistics, national average is 2.14 per 1,000 residents. So we're one whole police officer short, or 1.14 if you want to put the decimal in there. We're short in our police presence. So what can we do? We don't have the budget to hire double our task force. We don't. As it is, they have been from elected officials stating that our police officers take up close to half of our budget. Imagine we hire where we should be, our budget is gone. So going back to the sales tax revenue, we need to increase our presence within our commerce to get that 2% back into our community, and hopefully increase our budget to hopefully hire more police officers. So and like I said, my plan and your vision shouldn't be now, because now we're 36 years backed up on roads. Our vision should be, what are we going to do in 5 years, in 6 years, 10 years, 15 years? Because they tout, our commissioner touts, oh yeah, I fixed old Highway 77. That's 15 years in the making. 15. It just so happened to fall right now when he's seeking re-election, but that's 15 years in the making. Roads are not something that you fix tomorrow. We don't have a magic wand. And I hate it when people run on roads. I hate it because we all want better roads. But let's be real, when are we? How are we going to get to that point where we can fix all the roads? I hate it. I hate when people it's emotional. They tug at your heartstrings, right? They're like, oh yeah, Rose, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna fix everything for you. Just vote for me. Well, if you're in PUB right now, fix PUB. Don't come to the city and fix the city. You're in PUB. Hey, we have many complaints about PUB. Let me tell you that. Fix PUB right now. Why haven't you done anything PUB? Why?
Mr. Rodriguez, if elected, will you not be as visible as you are now? Will you continue to wear your mic shirt?
You know what? I love that question. Because who else right now, or in press, who else invited you to their house for a meet and greet? I've done it twice. Both my meet and greets have been at my home. Invited people I don't know, constituents from our town. Come meet me at my home. Know where I live. See how I live. Meet my family. Let me meet your family. Let my children play with your children. That's real. That is real. That's me wanting to be there for you. I'm not here to hide. And I'll be the first one to tell you, hey, bros, buddy, man, I'm not going to seek re-election because this, I can't fix it. What I value most is my time with my children and my family, my wife, my kids. That's what I value most. This job, I do it for them. I will want to do it for them. Not for the $24,000 that they pay now. I value my time with my children worth a lot more than $24,000. I do this, and I'm setting myself out there to criticism, ridicule, whatever, but I do it because I love Brownsville, and I'm here to fight for you guys and for my children, because I want them to stay in Brownsville, because I believe in Brownsville.
Salinas wants to know about your plans for drainage. If you could.
Yeah, we should focus on and drainage is a big issue that has been getting addressed, but I know PUB has in the south side by Impala Street, they have water pumps to pump out water from the streets faster. I believe it's 4 pumps, only one works now. So, that's where we get all the water runs down towards the South Coast area. That's where we get a lot on the Four Corners. We get a lot of flooding, things like that. It's because our water pumps are not working properly. So, can I myself fix all that? No. We have drainage districts and that we can work in tandem. We can work together. Yes, I'll be there 1,000%. I'll be there 1,000% working with them to try and improve it. It hasn't been improved. That's the same problem that we've had since I came on, at least 12, 15 years, kind of started speaking on politics and trying to learn why and speaking to commissioners. Same problem. It hasn't been addressed. It hasn't been fixed. PUB can maybe do something about it. Maybe if someone's on the PUB board, they can help us with that.
We do need better leadership, better guidance, a better approach. That's the better word. We need better approach. We need a comprehensive plan for the city. We don't have a 20-year plan for strategy, growth, and development. Yo sí le voy a Mike. Again, we're days away from early voting. It runs April 22nd to April 29th, with election day May the 3rd. District 4 is a very, very unique district. Has downtown, West Brownsville, San Pedro, and some of the Olvito area. Mr. Mike Rodriguez, I will give you the floor. Why should District 4 constituents vote for Mike Rodriguez?
One, I'm a small business owner. Most importantly, I'm a family man. That's one thing that man, it changed my life. Family is everything. I've stated over and over again. It's time that we get away maybe some from politicians, from career politicians. I've been told, early on in the race, drop out of the race, get in a board, learn the ropes. I don't want to learn the ropes because I don't want to fall in line to that mentality. I'm my own man with my own ideas who cares deeply about Brownsville. And I'm here to work hard for you guys. I'm here to work hard for you guys, and I'm not here for a paycheck. I'm not here for fame and glory. I'm not here for favor. I'm here, and in all honesty, if I want to be real again, I'm here because I want something better for my children. I'm fed up that I don't think we have grown fast enough or in the right direction. And I think we have to change our mentality and maybe come with more of a business side approach to it. And plan. I believe Jason Moody said 20-year plan. That's right. So we need a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. With the city of Brownsville needs to have a SWOT analysis. Needs to come with that business mentality to see where we can grow, where we can improve. And we just need people to stop being all talk and be more of action. And I've proven to be a man of action when nobody was looking. Created a Lucidon for the children to enjoy, free wrestling event for the children to enjoy. And I brought in over $2.5 million helping out small businesses through the PPP program in 2020 when the pandemic hit and it was uncertain times. I stepped up. What else? Who else stepped up during that time to help out? I did it. Erasmo did it. We would come out and podcast together. I helped out. I helped out elected officials get their loans. And it's all true. I've been here for Brownsville. I'm born and raised, and I never left. I didn't even leave for college. I stayed here. I love it so much. I stayed here at UTB. But we need to come together for Brownsville. And if I can get your vote, trust me, I will not let you guys down. You guys know where I live. I invited you guys over to my home for the meet and greets. And that's because I really wanted you to meet you. No other elected official invited anybody to their home, to their houses. So I'm here for you guys. Anything you need, you can reach me. My phone number is 956-243-0956. Go ahead and send me a text. If I don't answer the call, sometimes I'm busy, but send me a text. I'll respond to you. And God bless, man. God bless you guys. Let's go get it.
Again, early voting starts April 22nd, runs through April 29th. Election day is May the 3rd. Michael Rodriguez, thank you so much for your time. Good luck on your campaign. We wish you the very best.
Thank you.